Welcome to this episode of San Angelo Rodeo Live. This is the pregame show before performance number 10 on April 18th, 2024. I'm Joe Hyde, and this is my co-host,
Ryan Chadwick, and today is April 18th. It's the Thursday night performance, and we are getting very close to the end there, Joe.
But before we get into all the good details, we have a little bit of a recap from last night, and we have some people to look for tonight and what kind of scores they need to score in order to make it into the finals, which will be tomorrow night, Friday. But before we get there, let's hear from our sponsor, Jim Bass Ford, there at the corner of Houston Hart and Arden Road.
$3.99 per month. $3.99 per month on a new Ford Escape. Drive away in a new Ford Escape that offers you plenty of get up and go with the affordable payment of $3.99 per month. This deal is only at Jim Bass Ford, corner of Houston Hart at Arden Road, or 24/7 at bassbunch.com. $3.99 per month on a new Ford Escape at Jim Bass Ford. Limited time offer.
So Wednesday night, last night, was military night. Tonight is, what is tonight? We're wearing pink for women.
Breast Cancer Awareness Night.
Breast Cancer Awareness Night. So they have kind of themes. But last night's veterans theme was kind of cool. I'm a veteran. I appreciate everyone reaching out and saying, hey, we appreciate the veterans. Also, it's important to understand that San Angelo is a military town. It started back in World War II with Goodfellow and Mathis Field were both training bases for pilots. They flew the BT-13 out of Mathis.
And it's still one of our biggest draws to San Angelo when we get new people, right?
I don't know if it's a big draw, but I'll tell you this one thing about Goodfellow, when you compare it to the flying bases like Dias and Abilene or Laughlin down there by Del Rio, this base makes more money for the community than those two bases do.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Even though they have airplanes and stuff there, our base has more economic impact.
Great for the local economy, I guess.
That's right,
But
that's
yeah,
right.
at last night's performance, it was really cool. We got to see all the branches of the military come out, hear their songs, see their flags. And the coolest part to me was they actually included the Space Force this year, so that was new.
Did you just say Space Force?
Yes, I did.
Nah, you know, as
It's
an
its
old
own
Air
branch.
Force, I'm an old head Air Force guy, crusty pilot. I don't like any of this Space Force stuff. And you know when people, I'll tell you another story about being a veteran. When people come up to me and they say, Joe, thanks for your service. I'm like, and usually they're Democrats, right? And they say, thank you for your
Yes,
service.
man.
I know we're not supposed to get political on this, but you know, they come up and say, thank you for your service, and you know they're a Democrat.
Right.
You know what I say to them?
What?
Don't thank me, I did it for the beer and the women.
And
then they go, oh my God.
I guess as a veteran, you have the right to view it however you want. But anyway, I thought it was cool. Like, it was a really cool intro. It was very patriotic. The firework and light scheme were all red, white, and blue. And we actually had a airman from Goodfellow sing the national anthem.
That's right.
So,
Veterans Night at the rodeo last night. Tonight is Breast Cancer Awareness Night. So we're wearing our pink, or as they say in the South, pank.
Hank, yeah.
Wearing our pank shirts. Anyway, big names across the board tonight, and we have kind of a little bit of a lineup to tell you what to preview.
Bunch of cowboys from Louisiana, I will say
that. They ought to really call this not only Women's Night, you know, because we want to take that away, or Breast Cancer Awareness Night, but it's Louisiana Night.
Right, we got Luke Thrash and Taylor Broussard in the bareback, along with Jacob Talley in the steer wrestling.
By the way, Jacob Talley in steer wrestling, he's a 5-time NFR qualifier. Do you know that?
I mean,
and the deal about Jacob Talley is everyone's gone at least once. So whatever he scores tonight, his cumulative score between his first run and second run has to be less than 9.8 seconds if he wants to get into the finals. So that's what this tonight's all about. This is your last chance to get into the finals. They call it the short go. It happens Friday night, tomorrow night.
And it is the top 12. So in the bareback, you have to get an 83. In the steer wrestling, you have to beat 9.8 seconds. In the tie down, you have to beat 18 seconds. In the breakaway, that one's really fast. You have to beat 5.6 seconds. In the team roping, the leaders are insane. Some of them are like, what, 7.4?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the 12th spot right now is 14 seconds. In the barrel racing, it's 30.78.
And that's really, really tight, because what you're generally seeing is about 16 seconds in the spur, because I guess the barrels are
they're
further
apart. Yeah.
And then you're looking at about 14 seconds inside the
Right.
inside the Coliseum. So 30.78 to get into
the top 12,
top 12.
For that performance tomorrow.
And yesterday's barrel racing was insane.
Yeah, we had one really, really fast run, and I think that shook up the top 5 a little bit. But tonight we're going to have Wenda Johnson. She's a 3-time NFR qualifier. She actually led most of the rodeo last year, but she didn't win in the finals. But she definitely won some money in the long go.
And we also have a local in there. Is it Mally Jones?
Yeah, I think so. Mally Jones.
She's from Tolar, which is over there by
south of Brock.
South of Brock. Brock always beats Wall.
And we always say local, but I guess
we had to go very regional.
Yeah, that's more like regional, you know, like that's almost DFW, all right. But we do have a team roper from Mason, Caleb Mitchell and Tyler Magnus. They're teaming up tonight, and Caleb Mitchell, he is from Mason. He's on his second go. He was the cowboy last night. He's up there in age a little bit, isn't he?
Yep. And they need to beat 14 seconds.
Yeah. Right,
in the team roping. Bull riding, something to watch. We have, like, Jeff Askey is the big guy, I think, on the lineup. He's a 6-time NFR qualifier.
Been a bull rider for a long time.
He's 36 years old.
Yeah.
If he falls off really hard.
Oh, Joe, I'm 33.
He's going to be hurting.
Yeah, I can't.
Be like
33,
hungover tomorrow.
And I can't imagine getting on a bull right now.
I can't either.
I run down the stairs sometimes and my knees hurt the next day. You know?
and then we've already seen him in the Extreme Bulls, but Brady Portnair.
And Jace Trosclair.
But Brady has won the George Paul. You know, are you familiar with the George Paul?
Tell me all about it.
George Paul is down in Del Rio, Texas. He used to be called the Super Bowl, but I think they sold the rights to the name Super Bowl. But that was like the granddaddy of them all, the biggest bull riding thing for years. It was the big deal. It's not so much anymore. Mm-hmm. But when you see a lot of the things, like it's part of the Bad Company Rodeo mystique, it's the George Paul. So winning the George Paul is kind of like having a big feather in your hat, even today. But he won the George Paul back in 2002 or something like that, when it was still Old Army, or Old Rodeo.
I mean, but other than him, we have Jace Trosclair. He's another Louisiana cowboy. He's the number 5 bull rider in the world right now. I think his earnings, I can't remember his career earnings, but I know he earned $51,000 last year, so he's up there. That's going to be exciting to see. And remember, all the bull riders, they have to beat that 82.5 to even qualify.
And we have that gigantic gaggle of like 5 people tied between
for second at 86.5.
Is it second or third?
Well, it's third now.
Yeah. From last night, we had a guy. We called it cracking the egg. You know. Anyway, Saddle Bronc got to make an 82 in Saddle Bronc. Mm-hmm. So just I always get bareback and Saddle Bronc kind of mixed up a little bit, but bareback's 83 to qualify into the finals. And Saddle Bronc is 82.
Yeah, but to your point earlier, like we are at that part of the rodeo now where all the scores are going to be good and they're all going to matter, because the first round for everyone is completely done. The rodeo started handing out checks last night, and so we're going to see the conclusion of the second round tonight, and so we'll be completely set. In that post-game show, we'll have all the results for the finals tomorrow.
All right, with that in mind, part of our pregame show, we always bring in Cole Harris. He's Ty Harris's cousin. He's getting into the video world. He's I think he's doing pretty good with his hosting these interviews.
It's interesting. Like I've said before, it gives a cowboy perspective to the rodeo when, like right now, you're getting from 2 guys who don't, like, we're not cowboys.
We're football
rodeo.
guys. Yeah.
But, so
in fact, someone complained about us the other day.
Who?
They said that they got 100 texts when you mispronounced that guy's name. What was it? Was that Team Roper or whatever?
He was a tie-down guy, and I'm just going to go ahead and hang my head and say I'm sorry one more time.
100 texts. You know what that means?
That means people are watching us.
Heck yeah. They like it because we don't wear hats. So we're not phonies. We're real people, right?
I think they also just want to see Cole Harris interview the Cowboys and then us.
He always interviews the very beautiful young ladies. That's why they like it.
I mean, wouldn't you?
I don't know. I'm an old guy.
Oh, yeah. You're an old married man. You don't count anymore.
Cole Harris is talking to a breakaway roper named Jordan Hollabaugh. Mm-hmm. And the way I can remember how to pronounce that is like Hollybecks was where you bought your Aggie boots back in the day. But you just forget to say the Becks is Hollabaugh. So it's kind of like Hollybecks without the KS and the Hollabaugh. But she has a podcast, which I understand is pretty popular.
Yeah.
Everyone has a podcast, even us.
I mean, technically, yeah. So we do every weekday.
And everyone listens to it because we get texts when we mispronounce people's names.
But yeah, Miss Jordan Hollabaugh, her.
I hope you pronounced it correctly.
I did.
Okay.
Her podcast is called In the Loop. It's available on all platforms, and I've heard it's pretty good. So go ahead and go check that out. But without further ado, James, let's go ahead and roll that interview with Cole Harris.
Hey guys, my name is Cole Harris. I'm here with Mr. Brad Bolen again for another interview. And today we have a national finals qualifying breakaway roper, Jordan Jo Hollabaugh. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So the first thing that I want to talk about, obviously you're going hard in rodeo, but it seems like you have a lot of irons in the fire. You are entrepreneur, podcaster, all types of stuff. So what are you working on right now? Like, what is it like? What are the things you're laboring towards right now?
We're just working on growing the podcast right now. I absolutely love being able to tell stories about rodeo people and not just rodeo people, like the doors rodeo's open for me just to meet people like you and everybody else. I absolutely love that. It's growing like crazy. So been excited about that. We are building a lot of websites for companies right now and enjoy doing that. And then in our spare time, we go out and rope breakaway cows.
In your spare time,
Yeah.
You did really good at Fort Worth. You've been doing good this year. So in your spare time, you're just like killing it. Well, it's just a pastime. But when you think about how breakaway has changed, I guess in the last 4 to 6 years, how has it kind of becoming like, how is it revolutionizing?
Oh my gosh, it's crazy fast. Like even in the last 6 months, I think breakaway has changed. It's the fastest, I would dare to say one of the toughest events going on in pro rodeo right now. It's just neat to see, you know, when we first started going, I think we had 46 rodeos the first year that we got to go to the breakaway NFR. And last year, I think we had 400 and some that were co-approved. All of the committees, just like San Angelo, is adding us equal money, equal pay, all the things, giving us the same chance as all these other cowboys and cowgirls. It's really cool to see. But the opportunities to be a professional woman breakaway roper, professional woman in the sport of rodeo have really expanded. And so, you know, you can say it's a career now. And that's really exciting to me. And I just can't wait to see where it goes and how it grows.
So Mrs. been hyped up about this interview. And he's like, Jordan Jo's awesome, all class. Mr. Brad, what do you think she's doing to revolutionize breakaway?
I mean, I think the number one thing that Joe does, and Jackie Crawford, when I first met these girls, when Hambone came to me 2.5 years ago and said, hey, let's do something at San Angelo with breakaway roping. We had a lot of pushback from the older girls immediately, wanting just me, you know, just the me mentality. And Jackie and Joe both came to me and said, look, we need to do this thing the right way. And like I said, they just been all class, and they don't have that me mentality. They have that, we'll promote you and you promote us. And that's what we need. You know, if Lip Chip's going to help somebody, we have to help them help back. And they've been awesome. Never asked a question about technology, just like, let's go, let's do it. Whatever we got to do, just get it done.
Yeah. So obviously, I think a big part of what you're doing is the podcast. I think I've made a joke about this. I think rodeo is like been a couple steps behind when it comes to media for a while, and podcasting is huge. So I guess how fun has podcasting been for you?
Podcasting has been huge for me just because I think we've given people an insight behind the scenes of what rodeo's like and given it a human aspect of like, hey, we're humans. We put our pants on the same way you do. We might jump a little more to get in ours, you know, sometimes, but we're all the same, and we're just out here striving, trying to do better, trying to grow our industry. You know, people like Brad that have helped us. You know, when I was in 5th grade, Josh Peak came to speak at our school as an athlete, and he had on all his professional gear, and he was one of the first athletes that was ever sponsored by an actual truck company at a Toyota Jersey, actually. And he said, if you go in and talk to a company and ask them what they can do for you, they will never have a partnership. And he said, but if you can create that partnership and ask what you can do for them, you guys will grow together tremendously. And I've just taken that on. I've always believed in that. And that's something that we've done with Lip Chip. And I wouldn't say that they're sponsors or promoters or breakaway. We're partners in this deal. We want to see this thing grow, and we want to see it grow with the utmost ability as far as it can.
Yeah, rodeo has such special people. If you just put a camera or a microphone in front of y'all, crazy views. Everyone is itching to know what's behind the scenes. I guess we'll get into San Angelo. We're in the Coliseum. This is like, usually we do it outside in front of the Lip Chip trailer. It's way windy outside, so we got to do it inside.
Thanks, my hair. Appreciate you.
I know, we all benefiting from that. How stoked are you for San Angelo?
You know, when I walked in here just to feel the tradition of this building, to know what it means to the industry, It's so awesome to be able to stand next to everybody else that's competing here and have a chance at this opportunity. That's what my dream is, to have the chance. I don't expect anybody to give us anything. I don't think nobody owes us anything. You know, it's just to have the chance to showcase our event. And man, watching it on TV, it's been pretty good. Getting to actually back in the box and run one here at the San Angelo Arena was awesome. I've roped over there at the Fiesta several times, and the tradition there is outstanding. We get to rope for a lot of money over there, and it's really awesome. And we get to rope for a lot of money over here. So just to have the chance to compete here has been amazing.
You gotta say, Cole, that Jackie came in the first weekend and she backed in there. You know, our seats are right there behind the boxes with a breakaway sponsor. You know, I gotta say that because, like Joe said, well, we're in this together. It makes it more intriguing for those particular people that help you. You're like rooting for them just so hard, just like I did with Ty. You know, Ty missed twice here. You know,
Yeah.
she was in the slack yesterday, and I didn't even realize it. But we came up her walk. She made a great run. Looks like you know, she does good tonight. Well, she's going back to the short go, but just makes it extra special. And being in San Angelo is another thing that makes it extra special too.
Well, and we were sitting in the stands last night. We have fans now as breakaway ropers, which I think is so cool. The lady that was sitting right in front of me said, "Hey, I saw that girl that was 1'8". Did you see that? Kelsey Domer?" Or she was 1'7", 1'8". So just to see her talking about that when the breakaway ropers came in, like, people are starting to get excited about the breakaway roping just as we are. And I think that's really neat as a competitor.
Yeah. Well, I didn't tell you we were doing this before, but we do predictions before each perf. Mr. Brad was doing it with us yesterday, and we're going to get into some of those.
Okay.
But it's okay to pick yourself.
I'm going to pick it myself.
So the first thing we're going to predict is the steer wrestling. So, Jordan, who you got in the steer wrestling?
I got Wags because he made a great run yesterday. He's a competitor, and we're on the Kid Rock Rodeo team together, so we're teammates. I can't go against my team.
I love it. I love it. Mr. Brad, who you got?
Who'd you tell me a while ago was in there?
You got Jacob Talley.
Yeah, Jacob Talley. That sounds good to me. And besides that, Joel's, you know, a while ago, she's saying you just cannot pick the same as me. You got to be different today.
Wait, so I didn't ask you. We're going how fast? How fast do you think they're going to go?
I'm going to say 3.9.
3.9. Fast. Who you got?
4 flat.
4 flat. So next we're going to do the team roping. Jordan, who you think for the team roping?
I'm going with Coleman Proctor and Logan Medlin because Coleman is on my team as well as Logan Purina, Feed Greatness. And he has this deal with his horse in the box. He gets in the groove. He loves the atmosphere here at San Angelo. And Logan is coming back because he's a little hacked. He roped a leg yesterday, so he's not going to rope a leg again. 2 feet. I'm going to say 3.7.
3.7. Actually, I think the fastest right now is 3.6.
Mhm.
So they're going to go fast.
Yeah, they're
Second
going
round
fast.
Too, they roped last night.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. Mr. Brad, who you got?
I'm going to go old school. I'm going to go with Tyler Magnus and his partner, and going to go in 3.9.
3.9. Okay, you're up tonight in the breakaway, right?
Yep.
So I asked you to pull up the list, but we don't need the list. Tell me how fast you're going tonight.
I'm going out there and just going to do the best I can on my calf.
Okay. So how did you do yesterday? I guess in the slag yesterday?
I was a 2.3 yesterday in the slack. Had a really good calf. Just made a consistent run. That's what I'm planning to do again tonight.
So, I mean, for those who have been watching all these interviews, they're keeping up with the average, right? What do you think is a good run to keep you good to come back tomorrow?
I'm going to say probably 2.7 or faster.
We'll just shoot for anything right at 2.122 just to be safe. Blast, maybe win the round 2 just to get extra money.
Well, I know Kelsey Domer has made an amazing run in that second round. She's a 1.7. She
1.7.
blasted one.
Oh, my bad.
Made a great run. And, you know, that's just another thing I love to see about breakaway
Wow.
open. She came back and she's coming good in the average, but she blasted one the second round. You can't ever back off. You always got to run at it and go at the barrier and see what you can do.
I love it. Mr. Brad Bolen, how fast you think?
I'm going with Joe, but here's the deal. Watched her in the slack yesterday. All the girls before it broke, she sat there and swam. You know, studied it. So this time she's going to hit it perfect. She's going 2 flat.
2 flat. Seems about right. So the last event we're going to predict is the tie down roping. Jordan, who you got in tie down?
I'm going to go with Riley Pruitt because he's already had several success here. He won the shootout last year. He knows how to win in this building. He knows how to ride his horses, make a great run, compete. I'm going with Riley.
Going Ryan Thibodeau.
Thibodeau?
Yeah, 7-8.
Did you say time?
I'm going to say 8 flat.
8 flat? It's going to be good.
Riley was good on his first one, so he's going to come back, make a smart businessman's run.
What did
And
he end up getting on his first
I
one?
think he was a 9 on his first one.
Yeah.
He's going to make a businessman's run, come back, average, win the big money.
Plus, to get back to the short go and the tie down, it looks slower than it has in a long time.
These calves are a little tougher in the tie down.
Yeah.
They're a little bit of what my husband used to rope a little bit. So they're giving these boys a run for their money, but I think that you're going to see a true testament of the ones who do make it back.
Come on now. Well, Jordan Jo will be up tonight at 7:30 in the Perf at the San Angelo Stock Show and Rodeo. Make sure you get here to watch her and watch all the great athletes competing. It's going to be a good one, Mr. Brad. You excited?
I'm ready to go.
Let's go. We'll see y'all tonight.
Thank you.
Hey there, horsemen. Introducing the HoofLink system, powered by LipChip, where a simple microchip becomes a secure key to unlock temperature, record health paperwork, and check in and out of your equine events. Simply implant, scan, and unlock all your horse's information, making it easy to compete at the highest of levels. LipChip is owned and operated by a family of horsemen, and our technology is designed and assembled right here in the USA. We know how you ride.
really
The
depressed.
future is here, and the future is LipChip. Let her rip, LipChip.
Hoof link, lip chick, lip chip. I can't even sound that right. Probably get another 100 texts on that too.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks Cole. Thanks Jordan for the excellent interview. Anyway, we got to go right into scores and
let's do it.
standings. We call them scores, but in rodeo world it's standings. But here are the current standings. Roll them, James.
In the bareback riding, as of Performance 9, Cooper Cook leads all bareback riders with an 88.5. R.C. Lanningham is in second with an 87. There is a tie in third place with Jacob Lees and Wyatt Maines. Wyatt Maines rode last night and got that 86.5. We'll see how that goes tonight. Steer wrestling, as of Performance 9. Remember, this is the average. You add them, you don't average them. Matt Reeves leads after 2 runs at 8.4 seconds. Don Payne's in second with an 8.5. Cole Walker is in third with an 8.7, and Trevor Nelson brings up fourth place with an 8.9 seconds. In the team roping, Dustin Igaskiza, I said it right this time, Levi Lord, lead everyone by an entire second at 7.4. Corey Kidd and Tanner V. Braden have 8.4, and that is the top 2 in that one. Saddle Bronc riding, Sage Newman, Ryder Sanford, and Wyatt Casper, 7.5. And we saw Sanford and Casper go last night. So in fourth place, Lefty Holman, who used to be in second, is now sitting barely in the top 5.
And you need 82 to get into the finals.
All right, and tie-down roping in the average, Marty Yates leads everyone with 15.5. Cash Cooper is in second with 60.3. Ryan Jarrett is in third with a 60.4, and we have a Connor Blaze Atkinson in fourth with
Need
60.6.
18 to get into the finals.
In breakaway roping, Allie Master still leads with 4.4 seconds. Timber Allenbrand still has that second spot with 4.7. Kelsey Domer and Brooke Eddy, this happened last weekend, is in third with 4.9 seconds. And
5.6.
moving on to barrel racing, Donna K. Rule leads all cowgirls with 30.25 seconds. Tiana Schuster is in second with 30.27. Jimmy K. Cox is in third with 30.39. And Emma Charleston, I missed that. I was too slow. In the bull riding, finally, J.R. Stratford, still Performance 1, rode that 90-point ride. He's in first place. Cooper Howard Jacobs.
And the bull's name was Bruised Kitty.
We saw that breakup, that 5-way tie for second place with Cooper Jacobs right there, that 87.5 last night.
And remember, to get in the bull riding into the finals tonight, you got to score better than 82.5.
Which is getting up there. Like those are all good scores at this point. So it's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see how the bull riding goes. What are you most looking forward to?
Team roping.
Team roping.
I'm just kidding.
No, really? Why not? Like,
Well,
it's
you know,
interesting.
it
It's
is
close.
team roping and barrel racing.
I think team roping is the hardest event in the rodeo.
It is the hardest, and anyone can do it, but it's hard.
Well, and it's not random at all. Like, yeah, your steer can do something, but like you have to coordinate with somebody else. Like the guy who starts off, I think they call him the header. Like he has all the pressure on him. The healer just has to clean up. I feel like, but
and sometimes the healer doesn't clean up.
yeah. And so like I said, I think it's the hard event in the rodeo.
I think barrel racing is going to still be the most exciting part.
Well, I guess we'll find out tonight.
Who can beat Donna K. Rule? And also barrel racing, 30.78 is our number. You got to get 30. Your combined score to get into the finals. So we'll see who's in the finals. We'll see you on the post game show tonight after the rodeo. If we can get it shot before that Ferris wheel turns off.
Well,
it'd be awesome.
I guess you're gonna have to be faster on the editing board.
I know, the editing board's hard because we have all these cameras everywhere. But anyway, I'm Joe Hyde. This is San Angelo Rodeo Live. My co-host here
This is Ryan Chadwick. Remember, all this rodeo coverage can be found after the fact on sanangelolive.com.
We'll see you after the rodeo.